Hi Taurus, here's a general look at your solar chart for November 2011. Now every year at this time in your solar chart the sun is in your opposite sign, so every year at this time it's about one-to-one or close relationships, whether they're in your personal life or your professional life. So this is very much about developing people skills and really communication skills as well. Maybe not just people skills, maybe it's to do with you know, being in relationship with animals, the natural world, you know, something else that you're kind of married to. But this is very much highlighting that time. So it will be not a time for you to go it alone, and this month is about how well you can liaise and cooperate and dialogue with whoever. You and someone could form a united front. You could be in negotiation with someone. You've just got to cooperate and help each other out. Really, this is the feeling of the vibration at the moment, and you may rely on them, but you know they rely on you. It's a bit scratch your back, I'll scratch, you know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours sort of thing. And also this vibration can give love relationships and friendships, new ones, old ones, a real boost, and can deepen feelings in a relationship. Or you meet somebody and you realize that the relationship is going to be anything but a casual one, because they just you just connect. So this is about rapport, this is about bonding as well, and best to follow your gut knowing rather than your emotional knee-jerk responses, Taurus, at this time, because feelings will be nearer the surface and you might be a little bit touchy, but that's because you're probably preoccupied, you're pondering a lot of things. You've got a lot going on inside of you, but it's actually, you can have more access to fun experiences and leisure and maybe children energy, or the energy of animals around, or playfulness, romance as well, particularly from the 11th, or yes, after the 11th. And then that'll take you out of yourself. That'll push your attention outwards, and I think this could be quite a nice month for you, actually. So since last month, you could have been busier getting organised in and around the base of operations. That's to say, you know, family, home, domestic setup. You know, just things that are going on very much within that family home sort of bubble. Also it could have been around property, you know, like real estate, renting, buying, and it could have been, you know, you getting very proactive, working from home over the wires maybe as well. There could have been some moments of emotional tension, or there might be some moments of emotional tension because it hasn't happened yet. Really, at this point, if you just get on with practical tasks, you know, your own things, and do things that are useful, which perhaps provide a service for others, then that'll take, again, this attention away from this inner pondering and any inner turbulence that you might have. Then Mars is going to shift, and it's going to be in this far more outgoing, playful area. Careful you don't burn the candle at both ends, though, and taking risks or taking a bit of a gamble, because it can make you a little bit throwing caution to the wind, really. But it's a very much more playful vibration. Great news for the creative people among you, the artists, the ones who are in touch with their inner child, because really this is going to bring your inner child out, and you should allow that, because it's life enhancing and refreshes your spirit. But this is a wonderful trance that you're going to have. As a matter of fact, Taurus, because Mars is going to be in that playful area of your solar chart all the way through until next July, as July 2012. So that, it's about romance as well. Did I say that? Well, I'll say it again. It's about romance as well, because romance is one of your things. But, being sociable, being with children, young people, animal, being with whoever and whatever makes you feel really good. That's what this one's about, so that can't be a bad thing. Sports activities, leisure activity, having more access to the leisure industry if you're working in that area there, or in the arts or whatever. Definitely a time that's going to highlight and activate and get you kind of involved with the creative, artistic area. Even if you've never done it, you might get into those sorts of things. And there could be conflict, a little bit of conflict, because it's about Mars, and Mars is quite feisty and confrontational, but it doesn't have to be, So all month discussions and ideas, as I say, you could be quite inward looking, more sensitive emotionally, but it's better to go with the gut instinct, which is going to be working very, very, very well, even though you've just got to have faith. That's the thing. So, the faith that how you choose it to be can happen. So trust that and avoid that fearful, emotional, knee-jerk response thing that we all do, and just catch yourself doing it, maybe. You might be a little bit preoccupied with finances, property, anything that you share and have a joint interest in with others, you see. But this is a great time for strategic thinking, plotting, planning for the future, getting into investigation of some kind, research of some kind, psychology, the other side, the occult, spiritual development, psychic development, all of this sort of stuff is to do where Venus and Mercury, a very positive pair, are in this area. And even though feelings may be nearer the surface and you might be a little bit touchy, it looks as though you're going to have the resources or the emotional support at hand to keep you happy. And Mercury goes retrograde from the 24th, which means everything slows down then, and that might have you taking a second, more serious look at your materials, resources, property, etc. But then when it starts to go direct again, you should see the way forwards, and it should be clearer to you. As you may know, you're into this cycle where Saturn is in your area of work, job related, but also health related, and that means that you are in a cycle of having to work harder at health and fitness and being of service to others, just turning up. It's very routine, it's very regular, it's to do with the daily tasks, and that's where you sweat the most, that's where you have the most challenge, that's where it's sometimes more difficult. But you just have to keep, doing what you need to do to feed the kids. You just got to keep doing what you need to do to get the training under your belt, to apply the skill, to make something of your talent, to be there even when you're not in the mood, because other people are relying on you and they need you. And you, Taurus, will be able to do this because you have determination, and with your determination you will succeed. Just though, let me say, determination doesn't equate to blind stubbornness. So if one way hasn't been working and is regularly tiring you out, or isn't working for you for your health as well, then suspend disbelief and try another way. It's not going to kill you to be flexible. It's not going to kill you to start doing something which is actually going to make you feel better. And Uranus is going to be working from behind the scenes, giving you intuitive insights into things, sudden flashes of reality, of another reality, through dreams, through daydreams, through maybe quite weird experiences at times, as a matter of fact. And you Taurians born 20th to 21st of April, or a degree of Taurus rising, should be feeling this most this month. Neptune moved back into the edge of your career sector, and that means that you late Taurians, that confusion, that distorted thinking, or maybe underestimating, your worth is going on. But it's very, very good news for you, artistic Taurians who are working for charitable reasons, or who are working in a non-ego kind of a way, just to be of help and service. You Taurians who are involved in healing spirituality, so that can work really, really well for you. And it'll be those born 19th to 21st of May, and the last couple of the first degree or the last degree of Taurus rising. And Pluto is in a fantastic angle to your sun sign at the moment. Taurians born the 21st to 28th of April, or with 3 to 8 degrees of Taurus rising, is going to subtly facilitate internal gear shifts, just evolving you, just in little mouthfuls that you can manage over this very, very, very long transit. So to subtly, almost silently in the background, old doors will close, new doors will open. You'll realize about what you thought you couldn't do without. Well, actually you can do without it, and it's called evolution, and you'll be ditching that and moving on to the next stage. Now, what I didn't say was about the eclipse. There's a lunar eclipse. That's a new moon and lunar eclipse on November the 25th. And for you, that's going to encourage fresh starts, new beginnings related to joint finances, finances and property and resources you share with others, and a gear shift, a gear shift there, and a gear shift in relationships as well. And from the 23rd, you will be gauging where your priorities lie and how best to move forwards. And that's it from me. If you know your rising sign, and you could try your moon sign as well, listen to that too. It'll add to or subtract from what I said here. And to find your moon sign, you've got to know your time of birth, and you can find that out on astrodeeds.com. I think they're probably still doing that. And I'll see you the next time.